Down the hall, Mrs. Fogg owes tender linking the stem of Mrs. Fogg, tail to stop the building. It was the finest tale for my arrow, she said British-like. It hurts, said Mrs. Fox. I know it does, sweetheart, but it's somewhere, and it will soon grow away that the town of the smoke fox. It will never grow again, said Mrs. Fox, and shall be tailless fox the rest of my life. He looked very glum. There was no food for the foxes that night, and soon the children dozed off. Then Mrs. Fox dozed off, both Mrs. Fox, further asleep because the in the stump of his tail. Well, he saw. I suppose him lucky to be alive at all. And now they found our hole. We're going to have to move out as soon as possible. We'll never get any peace if we. Out of that, he turned his head stark and slithered. The noise he heard now was the most frightening noise a fox can ever hear. The scrapings of shovels liquid into the soil. Wake up, he shouted their din of out. Music Fox was awake in a second she just up, quivering all over. Are you sure that it's? She, she whispered, I am positively listening. They king my children cried Mrs. Fox. Never said Mrs. Fox. But darling the will, said Mrs. Fox. You know the will.
Scrunch, scrunch, scrunch. Went to shoals about their heads, small stones and bits of earth began falling from the roof of their tunnel. How will they kill us, Mommy? Asked one of the small foxes. His round black eyes were huge with fright. Will there be dogs? Said Mrs. Fox began to cry. She bowed her head. Her 4 children close to her and held them tight. Suddenly there was an especially loud crunch above their heads, and the sharp end of a shoulder came right through the ailing. To save of this awful thing seemed to have an electric effect upon Mr. Fox. He jumped up and shouted, "If go it, come on, there's not a moment to lose. Why didn't I think of it before? Think of what that a fox can declare that a man," shouted Mr. Fox, beginning to die. Nobody, nobody in the world can dig as quick as a fox. The soul began to fly furiously behind Mr. Fox. As he started to dive for dear life with his front fat, Mrs. Fox ran forward to help him. Shoot the 4 children. Oh, no words, ordered Mr. Fox. We have got to go deep, as we possibly can. The tunnel began to grow longer and longer. It sloped steeply downward, deeper and deeper below the surface of the ground in below. The mother and the father and all four of the children were digging together. Their front legs were moving so fast you couldn't see them, and gradually the scratching and scraping of the soul became a friend and friend. After about an hour, Mr. Fox stopped digging. Hold it, he said. They'll stop it. They turned and looked back out the long tunnel. They had just dug. All was quiet. Phew, said Mr. Fox. I think we've done it. They'll never get as deep as this. Well done, everyone. Everyone. They all sat down, panting for breath, and Mrs. Fox said to her children, I so like you now that if it wasn't for your father, we should be dead by now. Your father is a fantastic fox. Mr. Fox looked at his wife and he smiled. He loved it more than everyone she said things like that.
Number 5. The Terrible Traitors. As the sun rose the next morning, badges and banks and bean were still diligent. They had dug and wholly sounded. You could have built a house into it, but they had not yet come on to end. The facts the facts tunnel. They were all very tired and cross. Dank and was saying boys. How, how's rotten idea was this? Ben idea, say bands. Boys and bands, but the staring and being took another swing of considered the pan the flashback into his pumpkin winged offered in the others listened his saying angry enjoyed the facts enjoyed the head the facts in not having in the till strand he had over my front part the gas doublings. We can it me be digent thus for sorry time the fact budgets if had notions of digent bands the little pot valley the dwarf looking out and bent and saying have you gone and more stupid it is then what same band I can't hurt you. Ben never thought about. He never even watched and wrestled. His corbels were clothed. We called kings of mouth and wax and beaks of wearing guns. And the points stuck like them. This made him did speak louder. He said the banks and banks shouting but go any more stupid idiots. Ben rolling the butt of the knee we got dirty failure. He can avoid comment there and ancient. What we need of the yacht, he said, is machine. Mechanically showing we hold him off 5 minutes with occasionally shovels. This was pretty good down. In another hand to admit it or alright then being saying taking charger buttons you stay heard and see the facts dance scan escape. Banks and you will go and fish your machine if he raise the get got shot logically. The landing beam walking away the spawn through the fan boys staying were some. The numbers cattle perpetrator we travel. We're mentioning through trouble. On the third inks come claying in the world.
Boone's the other. The machines were boot black. They were murderous, brutal-looking monsters. "Here we go, then," shouted Bean. "Dig to the fox," shouted Boones. The machine went to work, beating hood mouthfuls of soil out of the hill. The big tree under which Mr. Fox had dug his hole in the first place was toppled like a matchstick. On all sides, rocks were sent flying and trees were falling and the noise was deafening. Down in the tunnel the foxes crouched, listening to the terrible crunching and banging overhead. "What happened in that?" cried the small foxes. "What are they doing?" Mr. Fox didn't know what happened or what they were doing. "It's an airplane!" cried Mr. Fox. "Look," said one of the small foxes, "our tunnel would shudder. I can see daylight." They all looked around, and yes, the moon of the tunnel was only a few feet away from them now, and in the circle of the daylight vision they could see the two-hood black tractor almost on top of them. "Tractor," shouted Mr. Fox, "and mechanical shovels. Dig for your life. Dig, dig, dig." The sharper number 6. Race. Now there began a desperate race, the machines against the foxes. In the beginning the hill looked like this. After about an hour, as the machine beat away more and more, so from the hilltop it looked like this. Sometimes the foxes would gain a little ground, and the clanking noise would grow fainter, and Mr. Fox would say, "We're going to make it. I'm sure we are." But then a few moments later, the machine would come back, and then and the crunch of the mighty shovels would get louder and louder. Once the foxes actually said the sharp metal edge of one of the shovels is scraped up the earth just behind them.
Keep going, my darling. panted Mr. Fox. Don't get up, keep going. The fat bogies shouted to Vance and Bean. We'll get him any moment now. Have you got tied up him yet? Being called big. Not yet. Shouted bogies, but I think you're close. I'll pick him up with my bucket, shouted Vance. I'll chop him to pieces, but by lunch time the meetings were still at it, and so were the poor foxes. He'll now looked like this. The farmers didn't stop for lunch. They were too keen to finish finish stop the sap. Hey there, Mr. Fox. Held Vance, leaning out up his tractor. We're coming to get you now. Hoophead, where last chicken held boys, who'll never come prowling around my farm ahem. A short up madness had taken hold up the three men, the tall skinny bean and warfish but belly bands were driving their methin- methinks like maniacs, racing the motor and making the shovels dig at a terrific speed. The fat bogies was hopping about like a dervish and shouting faster, faster. By five o'clock in the afternoon, this is what had happened to the hill. The whole drama thing had the was like the crater of a volcano. It was such an extraordinary said that crowds of people came rushing out from the surrounding uh, laxes to have a look that stood on the edge up the crater and stared down at Bowie and Vance, Bowie and Vance and Bean. Hey there, boys. What's going on? We're after a fox. You must be mad. The people cheered and left, but this only made the three farmers more furious and more obstinate and more determined than ever not to give up until they had uh, caught the fox.